In this video, we are going to learn how to obtain a unitary vector for a vector A. So you give me a vector A, this vector, for example, this vector, the vector A. I need to find a unitary vector U sub A. I call U sub A a vector that have the unit 1, and is in the direction of A. This is our target. So the first example is a very, very easy example, almost a very so simple. So let's say that you have A equal 5i, and I want to find what is the unitary vector. Well, the unitary vector is here. But how I will find? Well, if A is equal 5i, a unitary vector is A is equal to the magnitude of A times U sub A. U sub A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will be the magnitude of A if the magnitude of A is 5. Is correct, right? 5 times, if the magnitude of A is 5 times, well, 5 times U sub A will cover A, will be A, okay? So if A is the magnitude of A, if A is the magnitude of A by U sub A, because U sub A, the unitary vector in the direction of A, is simple, the vector A itself divided by the magnitude. And this is the equation that we use to solve any problems that is involved in finding the unitary vector. This is the equation. This is the equation. So if A is equal 5i, well, the unitary vector I is the vector itself, 5i, divided by its small magnitude. The magnitude of 5i is 5, so it's the vector I. But let's say that you have this other example with the vector A equal 3i plus 4j, which is the one that I have drawn. You have to find this vector in red, the one that has unit 1 and is in the direction of A, of the vector A. How you find? Well, the equation that I told you is this one. A is the magnitude of A by U sub A, so U sub A is the vector itself divided by its magnitude. The vector itself is 3i plus 4j divided by the magnitude. The magnitude of this vector is 3 squared plus 4 squared square root. 9 plus 16, 25 square root is 5. So 5, so the vector U sub A is 3/5 of I plus 4/5 of j in the j direction. You can check that this vector is a unitary vector, and you can find the magnitude of this vector. How you find the magnitude of a vector? You make A squared, the magnitude of this vector. You apply Pythagoras theorem. This vector is 3/5 in the direction of I. So 3/5 is less than 1, so 1 is here, I is here. It's 3/5 of I, 3/5 of 1, and 4/5, and what is the magnitude? The magnitude is this one. And what is the magnitude? C squared equals 3/5 squared plus 4/5 squared, and this, the square root of this should be 1. Okay, check it. So as a problem, I want you to do the same exercise with this vector. Minus 3a plus 4j. Can you find U sub A? Can you find this vector that is unitary? So if you take I and you make a circle around I, so this is I. If you make a circle, this vector will be one with magnitude 1 pointing in the direction of A. Can you find this U sub A? Of course that you can find is the vector itself divided by the magnitude of A. Do it. Thank you.